Hey, what's up soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another video. So today what I have for you guys is a top 5. We're going to be doing the top 5 worst Juggernog locations in Call of Duty Zombies history. So hope you guys do enjoy this video. Now before we get into it, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that shows up for these videos. I have over 100,000 subscribers, but only like 2,000 people watch a video, and it kind of does suck. Like, it kind of is demotivating and everything, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Yesterday I actually got an email from YouTube about my silver play button, so I ordered it, and that is just a huge thank you to you guys for your support and everything like that. So I'm only expecting big things from Black Ops 4, and I cannot wait to grow my channel a ton and make some amazing content for you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the top 5 worst jug locations in Call of Duty Zombies history. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be on Buried. Now, I actually asked you guys on Twitter to tell me the worst locations to get trapped, and a lot of people just ended up commenting jug locations, so I figured I would make this video and then we'll make another one about other locations that aren't specifically like perks, for example. So I would say that Buried is kind of one of those places that is good and bad, because some people like to actually camp where Juggernog is on Buried and just rack up a ton of points from killing zombies, and it's a pretty decent spot if you have the different buildables like the head chopper and the subsurface resonator with a turbine. I mean, this place is really good, and it can last for a while. Now, a lot of people do end up getting overrun or stuck because they just get bored or they run out of ammo or something like that, so I can definitely understand why a few people ended up commenting this. So that is why Buried comes in at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be on Kino Der Toten. Now, if you guys don't know where Jug is, basically you have to turn on power and it opens up the huge curtain, and then it's like straightforward all the way in the back, right next to where you buy the Bowie knife. Now, the thing about this location is it kind of sucks, to be honest. It's kind of one of those things that is kind of just stuck and stranded back there, and you do only have a little bit of space to get to it, and once you run in, zombies can run in with you, especially if you're doing it at the middle of a round. Now, there's also like seats there for the theater that can block you as well. So overall, this is definitely one of those like tricky situations where it's probably your best idea not to buy Jug until the end of a round if you save like one zombie, or just before the next round starts, because otherwise you are going to put yourself in a tricky situation. It's pretty much a death trap no matter what time you go in there, so I would definitely be careful. This is a terrible jug location, so I always buy Juggernog like between the rounds. It just makes way more sense. Coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be on Origins. Now, if you guys have played Origins, next to Generator 4 is the Jug location. Now, there's trenches all around Origins because it takes place during World War I. And there's an indent right at Gen 4 where you can buy Jug after turning on the generator. Now, the only thing about Origins, and specifically Origins and Mob of the Dead in Black Ops 2, is that the zombies are so annoying on those two maps because they double swipe so easily, and it's so easy to go down. So if you end up going to get Jug in Black Ops 2 in like the middle of a round, you have a chance of getting trapped, which is terrible, and also getting double slapped while you're even drinking Jug. So this is definitely a terrible location, and it's really annoying. It's kind of the same thing with Kino, where you have to get the perk like at the start of a new round. And the thing about Origins is it's one of the harder maps for a lot of people, so you kind of need to get Jug as soon as you can, and sometimes the only option is to do it during the middle of a round because you need to get in a robot's foot, or you have to catch the tank. There's a bunch of different things that you need to be doing while you're playing that map, so it's always kind of inconvenient to wait till the end of a round to get Jug. So Origins comes in at the number 3 spot. All right, guys, coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be on Call of the Dead. Now, this is an abandoned ship in Siberia, I believe, or like Antarctica or something like that. I don't know. I think it's in Russia, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyways, guys, this is probably, in my opinion, the absolute worst Juggernog location because it is so secluded and it's on the complete opposite side of the map wherever you go, all the way down at the bottom, which is extremely annoying. Now, you pretty much have to go for a few rounds before you can get Jug, and that is the good thing about Call of the Dead. It's not the easiest map in the world, and it does take a little while to be able to get Jug, but the good thing about it is you can go from 2 different directions. You can either go like in the ship, or you can wait and go around by the lighthouse way. But the only thing is you have to turn on power first, so it makes more sense just to go onto the ship first when you start up a game on Call of the Dead. Now, the interesting thing about this one is once you end up buying Jug, it's kind of at like the end of a hallway, so you can either go back out the way you came in, or you can go up a different way and there's another door that's 1,000 points. Now, the only thing is if zombies are chasing you and you're doing this at the middle of a round, once again, you are going to get completely destroyed in this hallway. It is so tight. It is so hard to get out of. And this is by far one of the worst locations for Jug, in my opinion. I think it's so bad. So Call of the Dead was definitely one of those like maps that I think is really good, but at the same time, the Jug location was absolutely terrible. And a lot of people couldn't even find Jug on launch day, I remember. And it's definitely one of those places that's kind of just like in the middle of nowhere. So Call of the Dead comes in at the number 2 spot. All right, guys, so for this video we have one honorable mention, and that is going to be on Mob of the Dead. Now, in this gameplay you guys are watching, I got into a hacked lobby and all I was trying to do was record gameplay for you guys, so that's why there's a ton of points and all that sort of thing. Now, Jug is located at the docks, and the only bad part about this location is not only do you have to shock it in afterlife mode, which isn't that big of a deal, it's kind of right next to one of those areas where there's a window and there's a gate there that costs 2,000 points, and most of the time a lot of people don't open that gate because on the other side it's a really good camping spot, probably the best camping spot on Mob of the Dead. So a lot of people don't actually end up opening that, so you kind of have like a really small room to get Jug, and then it only leads to a small stairway that's like maybe 2 zombies wide. So if you have a bunch of zombies stuck with you in there, it's going to be really hard to train them and get out. So it's definitely one of those like small areas, so that's why Mob of the Dead is the only honorable mention in this top 5. Coming in at the number 1 spot is going to be the Jug location on Classic Der Toten in World at War and Black Ops 1. Now, in Black Ops 3, luckily they randomized the perks, so you never know what you're gonna get, like a box of chocolates, kind of like my man Forrest Gump. But I would say that overall this location is another death trap for sure. Now, this is kind of connected to the animal testing building, and if you go across the bridge from like the normal area that most people open up to, then you have to go like down, take a right, and then there's like a long hallway with 2 windows in it, and that's where Jug is. It's kind of like in a really tight corridor, which makes it kind of one of the worst locations, because if zombies, I don't know what I was saying, if zombies jump out at you, you're pretty much screwed and you can get trapped so easily. I cannot tell you how many times I've gone down getting Jug way back in the day when I was first playing like Der Toten World at War. I have so many bad memories of getting Jug on that map, and it's actually pretty funny, to be honest with you guys. So this is definitely one of the absolute worst locations. It's still a ton of fun to this day to play on like Classic Der Toten Black Ops 1. It's so much fun, but seriously, that is like by far the worst Jug location, and so many people told me on Twitter that they always got trapped at this location. So if you're an OG Zombies player and you've gotten trapped here, make sure to let me know down in the comment section, because I feel like everyone that has done that before. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm not going to stretch this video out to 10 minutes, so have an amazing day and I'll see you in the next one.